Welcome to the March 6th Parks and Recreation Commission meeting. It is 7:06 p.m. and I'm called the meeting to order. City staff, would you please take the roll call?
Commissioner Kamarapan, Commissioner Shrikant, Commissioner Stanek. Here. And Chair Bono, or Vice Chair Bono.
Present.
We just have Chair Swami absent this evening.
Correct. All right, tonight we do not have any ceremonial matters and presentations. Therefore, we're going to move to approval of the minutes. Tonight's subject are the February 6th, 2025 Parks and Recreation Commission meeting minutes, and the recommended action is to review and approve the February 6th Parks and Recreation Commission meeting minutes. And so we'll ask my fellow commissioner if there's a motion to approve the minutes.
I move the February 6th Park and Rec Commission meeting minutes to you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Perfect. Staff, would you please call for a vote?
Commissioner Kamarapan,
Yes.
Commissioner Shrikant,
I was absent.
to abstain,
Abstain.
Commissioner Stanek.
Yes.
And Vice Chair Bono.
Yes,
Motion carries with 3 yes, 1 abstain, and 1 absent.
perfect. Any postponements?
No postponements this evening.
Perfect. I'm happy to open the oral communication at this time. And this portion of the meeting is reserved for a person wishing to address the commission on any matter within the jurisdiction of the commission and not on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, and in most cases, state law will prohibit the commission from making any decision with respect to a matter not on the agenda. How many blue cards do we have tonight?
So this evening, for oral communications, we have 3 speaker cards.
Perfect. So we'll go ahead with the 3 minutes each.
All right. So first up, I'd like to welcome Michael.
Good evening. My name is Michael Nicholson, and I have been a proud resident of Cupertino for the past 25 years. I represent the Cupertino Pickleball Club, where we gather to play at Cupertino Memorial Park. I began playing pickleball just over a year ago, and in that short time, I quickly became hooked. I feel like I'm a part of global movement, as pickleball is experiencing an exciting surge in popularity across the United States and around the world. But it's not just the game itself that I cherish. What I love most is an incredible community that has grown around the sport. At Cupertino Memorial Park, pickleball has become a gathering place for people of all ages and backgrounds, uniting us all through the shared passion. The courts here have earned reputation not just locally but across the Bay Area and even nationally. And that speaks volume about the quality of what we build. Our community has been growing steadily with over 1,000 members in our WhatsApp group. This success, in no small part, thanks to the support of this commission. The changes we've implemented, such as new paddle, racks, and the queue rules, have made significant positive impact on the quality of play at the park, and we are deeply grateful for that. I'm here today because I hope that we can continue this partnership between the Cupertino Pickleball Club and the Park and Recreation Commission, with a shared goal of further improving the experience for everyone who uses those courts. As you may know, we currently share court number 1 with tennis. Every 2 weeks, and more frequently during the summer, a dedicated group of volunteers must apply temporary tape to mark the boundaries for the pickleball courts. While we are excited about the future of permanent pickleball courts, we also understand that this project will take time to come to fruition. That's why I am here today with a simple request. I urge the Commission to consider painting permanent pickleball lines in court number 1. This would be a tremendous help to our community, making play more accessible and efficient, and alleviating the needs for volunteers to constantly retape the court. In conclusion, I believe that relatively small change would make a world of difference to thousands of pickleball enthusiasts in our area. Thank you for your time and consideration, and for the continuing support you provide to our vibrant and growing pickleball community. Thank you very much.
All right. And next up, we'll have Lolita.
Hi, my name is Lalita Marwada, and I'm a gardener at McClellan Ranch. Few weeks ago, we had a scare that the person who's going to provide effective support. We had, over the past year, we had very great support from the staff in keeping our garden, in order, maintained, and, absolutely beautiful. So when we heard we are going to lose this person, we were concerned that we wouldn't have that support. But I understand, that support like that will be continued going forward. And I was one of the people who did the kind of petition, and I must forward the petition to all of you. So I wanted to come and acknowledge here and thank you all for the support that you give to us in McLennan Ranch. I remember the days when it was dilapidated down and it was renovated so beautifully. We didn't saw it. We didn't want it, going down that lane again. So thank you.
Right. Thank you, Lolita. All right. And next up, we'll have Sam.
Acting Chair, nice to see you. My name is San Rao. I'm actually Chair of the Planning Commission, but here speaking for myself only as a resident. I'm here today to alert you to a situation at the sports center. The gate at the sports center has been removed for repairs, and we have non-members that are walking in and gate crashing and using the facility. Unfortunately, we don't have the staffing always at 2 people, and even if there are 2 people, they're on the phone at times. And so on multiple occasions, we have found people that are non-members that are just walking in and using the facility. And as you probably know, the facility is highly used. It is impossible to get courts. I'd rather be on the court than here in front of you. No offense to any of you, but we can't get courts being residents. And so I'm here to request you to please expedite and prioritize either the return of the repaired gate, or maybe there is some other mechanism you can use to have a temporary barricade to prevent the gate crashing of the facility, and to also have an increased vigilance. So maybe you need 3 staff members instead of 2, so that you can actually have them monitor and make sure that people are badging in. There is a badge reader. Unfortunately, people are walking and not using the badge reader. And so I hate to ask staff to have to police bad human behavior. It's really unfortunate, but that's what's going on right now. And it is a facility in great demand. So we really appreciate everything that staff does. Parks and Rec does a fantastic job running the facility. But right now, because of the abuse, unfortunately, members cannot use it, residents cannot use it, and we have this gate crashing happening on a daily basis as well. There are some other things that you could do to reduce load on that facility. One is to reduce the number of non-residents that are allowed to use the facility. About 40 to 50% of the facility is non-residents right now. So maybe there's a quota that staff can apply on the number of non-residents that you allow, so you can reduce some of the pressure on the facility. The other thing that you could do is eliminate day passes. So the day pass is only $10, and I encourage staff to do a pricing review on how the city's price for the use of these facilities. For a 1-day use at Santa Clara or Sunnyvale for about 2 hours, it's $28. And here you get unlimited time. You could be there the entire evening or the entire day actually on a day pass for $10. And so you can see that it's far cheaper to just gate crash, and maybe if somebody catches you, then you just buy a day pass rather than have to pay, because every 2 hours in Santa Clara or Sunnyvale is $28. And so highly encourage staff. I know the city has a revenue problem, so hopefully staff can really look at this with urgency and raise prices so that our facilities are better for our residents and we can use it. Thank you for your attention.
This was our final speaker.
And that concludes oral communication.
Perfect. So we'll close oral communication at this time. Any old business?
Just a point of order.
Yeah.
Vice Chair Bono, written communication.
I jumped over. My apologies.
Not a problem.
Written communication, my apology.
The commission did receive written communications, and those will be included in the record.
Perfect, thank you. Going back to old business.
No old business this evening.
Perfect. We're going to move on to new business with the subject of the fiscal year 2025-2026 community funding grant application and program evaluation process. The recommendation action is to review the fiscal year 2025-2026 community funding grant application and program and evaluation processes. Staff report? Oh, and I would like to um pass it on to the recreation manager, Sonia Lee.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to introduce Jacinta Liang, who's our management analyst, and she will be running the community funding process.
Wait, hold on one second while I set the screen. Right, good evening, Vice Chair, fellow commissioners. My name is Jacinta Liang, Management Analyst in the Parks and Recreation Department. I will be going over the community funding item tonight, and before we begin, for any complete transparency, I need to ask if any commissioners have any affiliation with any of the applicant organizations tonight. And if you do, please speak up now.
I do have an affiliation with Claudio Bono with the Rotary of Cupertino, a returning presenter.
That's it? Okay, we will be moving on. On tonight's community funding meeting, I will give a quick summary of this year's received applications and then invite the organizations up to present details about their funding requests. Applicants will have 3 minutes for their presentations, and commissioners can ask clarifying questions after. We are estimating a maximum of 10 minutes per organization, and this includes the 3-minute presentation. And after the organization presentations, I will go over the eligibility and evaluation process, where the commissioner evaluation discussion will take place at the April Parks and Recreation meeting. This year, the city received 15 applications, 6 new applicants, and 9 returning applicants. Organizations in attendance, when I introduce your slide, please come up to the front of the table in the conference room and be prepared to speak. I will then share your submitted presentation on the screen, and there will be a 30-second warning when your 3 minutes are almost up. After your presentation, the commissioners will ask any clarifying questions. And when the Q&A session is complete, you may leave the conference room and I will introduce the next organization. So first up, we have I'm Talented. They are a new applicant and they are requesting $900 for their iSpark program.
welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andy. I'm here on behalf of iTalented to give you an introduction to our organization. So, what is iTalented? Well, iTalented is a Cupertino-based nonprofit that's mainly ran by high schoolers in the Cupertino area. And our goal is to give back to the community. So, iTalented is split into three main branches. We have iCount, which helps support our regional math counts efforts by providing them with volunteers and helping organize all their events, and also general advertising. We also have Connect, which is our primary voluntary organization, which helps recruit new volunteers and distribute them throughout our nonprofits. And last but not least, we have iSpark, which helps organize summer courses and also organizes events for the community. Now, the one that we'll be focused on today for this grant is iSpark, which is led 100% by volunteers, which is currently organizing free online courses and local community events. Now, we have two main contributions iSpark has done. The first is our community events. One of our most popular community events every single year is our annual mock math countdown events. Last year, we hosted ours in our very own Cupertino library, and we saw students coming from Cupertino and other schools. Some people was there just to try it for the first time, and some people seasoned math counts veterans. Secondly, we also host many summer courses. We've hosted courses for around 3 years now since the start of COVID, and they've all been completely free online summer courses, all taught by volunteers. Last year, we held 9 different courses, ranging from humanities like creative writing to STEM programs such as robotics. So where's all this money going? Well, one thing is to continue to support all of our events that we host. These are pictures from last year's mock math counts competition that we hosted. Luckily, our venue that we chose was the Cupertino Library, which is relatively cheap. And we also provided a bunch of prizes, such as trophies, for all of our contestants that placed high. Some of the money for the grant will be going to all of those events to make sure we do bigger and better next time. Secondly, we also want to expand our summer courses. All of these, we've had our courses online, but we are looking to bring some of our courses offline into some location near Cupertino, which would require additional funding for the location and potential material costs. All of this, of course, we would like to keep completely free for the community, which has always been our goal. Thank you.
Perfect. And at this time, I will open commissioners for clarifying questions they may have. Sheila.
I'm Sheila Shrika. I have a question. I read through your application. It said iConnect provides English education to underrepresented and underdeveloped communities, whereas iServe and iSpark did not say that it is providing services to underrepresented and underdeveloped.
Change that a little bit. We had originally iConnect, we had a program connected to more outside Cupertino-ish area. We had it, I think it was like underdeveloped regions in Taiwan, which we provided them basic like English lessons, stuff like that.
Okay, so the other two programs cover for anybody, not just underprivileged?
Yes, iSpark mainly, yes.
Okay. And then just a comment on your website, iConnect is misspelled. Is iConnect, iConnect, C is missing, check it out.
Thank you, Commissioner
Shrikant.
Shrikant. Thank you, Commissioner Kumar.
Thank you. Great. A couple of quick questions, given the time. So how many kids have been benefited so far through this program? Because I couldn't see it on how many kids have attended so. Do you have any rough count? You don't need any.
Rough count, well, every year for our event itself, we have around, I think, like 60, 70-ish participants. And for our iSpark program itself, we've had around Our course size is around, I think, 10 to 20, if I remember correctly. And we have around 9 of those. So I've approximated around like 500-ish.
Together. Okay, excellent. And the second question is, it says that it is a first come, first served basis, correct?
Yes.
So that means how many registration requests do you typically get? Because when I look at the Cupertino, 32K of Cupertino residents, but not all of them. So with the kids, whatever it is, I like to understand how many people really apply and what's the criteria you have to choose.
Well, usually, first of all, we try to make sure that the age like kind of matches the course itself. For example, if we have someone like around 5 going for like a robotics course, doesn't really make sense most of the time. But usually we try not to pick and choose, and we release all the forms at the same time, and people can just submit them anytime they like.
Okay, so then you put the limit when they apply. Once it reads, but they can keep on applying, but when your
Yes.
selection process only makes it who really make the cutoff.
Yes.
And then do that, okay. And I think you already kind of put, is there any specific selection criteria other than the age you have?
Not really.
And the age you said for robotics, yes, fine, it's okay. But how do you verify it's our underprivileged and not? How do you, what is the method you have to really verify that?
For that specific program, what we do is we kind of match it with like it's not like people kind of go to us for it. It's more like we provide the service to other people. Like we reach out to some certain communities. For example, in Taiwan, we know some rural communities, which then we reached out to them and then we provided the service to them if they would like to use it.
So that means if somebody applies from here, how do you, because it looks like that means you choose the people who are, and again, it's
Yeah, I
okay, but I'm trying to see, because that's why I said it's underprivileged, how do you really take it from the application?
I
That means
understand.
you pick and choose, that means that program doesn't matter whoever applies it, they're not eligible, but you go and reach out. Is that?
Those programs specifically, let me rephrase it a little bit. Okay, so those programs specifically are not really open to the public. Those ones are not in our iSpark program itself. Those are kind of like a different.
Nobody can apply and
Yeah,
stuff.
those are
Okay,
different side.
that's what I want to make it, because it was not that clear in
Those
the
kind of-
application.
I understand.
So that's what I was confused on. I'm sure that you will have some criteria to do it. That's what I asked. And you said only Taiwan. What other places you go and pick and choose, because it's remote?
I think that program we've done for around a year so far. We've tried to test it out, and so that's the only place that we've reached out to so far.
Okay, thank you.
Just to clarify, today, your application for the grant is for iSpark,
It's specifically.
and that is for Cupertino only? Or not?
It's not necessarily.
So it's online and in person?
We are right now, currently, all our programs are online. We're looking to bring them in person in some location in Cupertino, which would favor the Cupertino residents.
Okay, so if you did them in person, how many students would you be able to bring in?
We're looking for, I guess, the same around 10 to 20 per class size, because we will usually only have around 1 instructor, so we try not to overload the instructor.
How many classes?
We're looking to provide a similar amount, or if not even more. So last year we had 9. We're looking for anywhere between 9 to around 12 this year.
So that'd be 9 to 12 in person.
Not necessarily. We're still, well, it depends on how much, of course, how much funding that we receive, but we're evaluating on how many we can actually like physically bring, because we do not currently have the budget to bring all of our courses in person.
Okay, so the $900 of the 1,000, if you got that money.
I think approximately we would be able to bring around 4 or 5, maybe
4 or 5
4 or 5 courses in
courses. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. And I will just ask one question. As you mentioned, you were a Cupertino nonprofit, but there you have online classes, and I just wanted to make sure if you had to put a percentage of how many people from Cupertino are part of your program, how many, let's say if we're putting 10 on your classes, would they all be from Cupertino or from surrounding cities? The reason why I'm asking you that is because you did mention that you do have online classes, and I just want to make sure that obviously geographical area can't be really verified immediately. So I'm asking you, let's say in a nutshell, your program helps how many Cupertino residents out of 10?
Say generally around 7 to 8, just because most of our advertising, like a lot of our volunteers are from like the Fremont Union High School district. So and our organization itself does have a lot more connections and like promotions inside Cupertino itself. So we don't purposely like advertise outside the Cupertino sphere.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your presentation. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
If there's no more questions, thank you.
Okay, can Active Circle please proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside the conference room?
And I forgot to.
Commissioners, I'm just letting you know, you were about 8 minutes on your questions, just to give you an idea of where you're at.
Perfect, because we have about 2 to 3 minutes to ask
Yeah.
fine question, and my apologies, I forgot to mention that. Because we do have 15 applicants.
That was 8 minutes total. Right, so,
8 minutes on questions and then the presentation was.
So 11 minutes total.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
went
So
over a minute.
I have a quick question to the chair or suggestion. Is it okay if the presenter can be here?
Yeah.
Because when I look at here, look at here, it is kind of,
I have no objection at all.
Yeah,
if they can.
As soon as they started, I'm like,
yeah.
No,
I mean, I was sitting here, yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
That is the wall.
Oh, yeah, I have the presenter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can.
Perfect.
Wait there.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank you. Presenter one up to be there.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. No, you're right.
My head was like,
What percent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
Can I-
Who's Barry? We moved you over there so we can look at your
Okay.
slides behind you.
Okay.
you're wherever they are comfortable.
Okay, our next organization is Remember the Tooth Fairy. They are a new applicant and they are requesting $1,000 for their dental treatment program. Stand a little bit. Yep.
So hi, my name is Victoria and I'm one of the fundraising leads on Remember the Tooth Fairy's executive team. So who are we? So Remember the Tooth Fairy is a student-led nonprofit organization working to instill healthy brushing habits among children through early dental education and exposure. We are a student-led group, meaning that everyone on our executive and leadership team are high school, college, or graduate students. So we have 3 programs to achieve our mission. Our first one is our donation. So we offer smile bags to children to help them promote their dental hygiene. We also have our outreach program where our outreach team goes to volunteer at several different elementary schools and we teach them healthy dental habits, fun and engaging lessons, crafts, games, and arts. And then lastly, we have our dental treatment program, which is launching this year, and it allows for children to have a visit to the dentist for the first time, either for an oral health exam or for a health screening. And some statistics behind our dental treatment program. So approximately 12.8% of children in the Santa Clara County don't have access to dental health care, either due to lack of public or private insurance. And in 2016, about 7.8% of children in our county had never visited a dentist, and this comes up to around 33,761 children. And lastly, more data from the 2022 to 2024 kindergarten oral assessment indicates that 26% of kindergartners in our county have visible teeth, which is one of the most chronic illness among children worldwide. So actions we're going to take in this program. So is partnering with dentists in Santa Clara County to offer discounted clinics for children who qualify. We have worked with the Santa Clara County's Dental Society to make this happen. So when we're looking for partnerships, we are looking for flexible payment plans, slide fee scales, special child programs and preventative care focus. Now, families who qualify for this program are children from families who are 1.85 times below the poverty line. Also, children who have never been to the dentist, and this program is only eligible for grades K to 5. We are looking to expand our program for like older kids, but for now it's only grades K to 5. And so we have 3 steps in this program. So the first step is basically you're gonna call to confirm if family is like qualified for this program. And second step is once we check if the child is qualified, we're gonna contact and like tell them which dental clinic to go, and we're gonna even schedule their appointments. And third step, once the appointment is done, we're gonna call them to see how the appointment went, and we're gonna give them some dental hygienic tips and even talk about its importance. And we'll also help find solutions for bi-yearly clear programs. So 100% of our funds go directly to for dental hygienic treatments and health screenings for children. And we are requesting for $1,000 currently because we were planning to help 20 kids in Cupertino, and per child costs $50. Lastly, our organization runs on volunteers, so all the donations go directly for dental.
And I'll open the floor now for the commissioners if they have clarifying questions. Commissioner Srikanth.
Yeah, you mentioned that your goal is to cover 20 kids. Is it 20 kids for the year?
No, it's just since we are starting this program in May. So in the beginning, we want to like first help 20 kids because like we're just starting with the program, and once it's successful, immediately we'll try for more funds, and then we're gonna help more kids.
Okay, so this 20, you don't have a timeline to cover 20 kids.
No, not really, because like we want like our funds, and then if we do, then we do have a bunch of kids who are like below, who we know are like below 1.85 times below the poverty line. So we're gonna get them help first, and as soon as that is done,
Okay,
and we have funds for more kids,
okay,
we're gonna try, and if we don't, we're gonna reach out for more like this.
okay.
Commissioner Kumarapan.
Thank you. And maybe it's a follow-up question kind of. So you already got the list of, when I said 1.85 times below the poverty, you already have the list of them? Is it Santa Clara County given you those details,
Yeah.
working through the school district? And is it,
Organization has told us about this, our organization head, she's the one who gave us details about this. Right now, we don't have like the exact details, but she's in UCLA. And in last minute, and we got to know they will be doing this, so we don't have the exact thing. But we will, of course, shall send it to you.
yeah, no, I don't need to. The reason I say is that how do you again get that data, because these are all official data from it, and I want to make sure that whether your organization is certified to get these data. This is not necessarily all of them are public information, right? So that's what I'm little concerned about that area. How do you all get it? But as long as there is a process and the county supports, that's okay. The other one, who are the dental clinic partners you said you signed up with?
We have 9 different dental partnerships. A few of the ones that we have from the top of our head, I think it's the India Health Center, as well as Healing California and Valley Health Center. There's 6 others more that we have.
Okay, so you already lined up around 9, you said.
They all are in, sorry, I'm out of my tongue, sorry.
So, and this is, when I'm reading this one, it says, is it like a one-time dental check and the brush distribution, all the thing, that's all, it's a one-time?
No, like every month we get smile back donations, basically dental care donations. Every month, almost like 100 of them, we donated to children. So this happens every month.
Oh, yeah, sorry, maybe, let me ask them. When you have 20 kids or whoever you select on it, you give them, they'll go for a dental treatment. Again, these are all clarification questions, so don't think I'm questioning your thing. I'm just asking about how the process will work. So you pick 20 people, 20 kids, they get treated, is at $50 per whatever, and then the dentist, all the partners treat them once, right? Once, and then you distribute whatever they distributed. But what about the ongoing? Is it like once you're done, they're off of the list, or you're going to continuously monitor?
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Like we're gonna find help, help them find solutions like bi-yearly cleanings programs. And we will follow up, because like, since they come under our qualification, and so we'll keep following them.
So you plan to continue to monitor and help, okay? And you said looks like maximum 100 kids. And I think you kind of answered. My question here was what is stopping to expand to more kids? But it based on the funding. Is it just purely for the funding, or do you have enough staff to do, or do you have enough volunteers to do this?
We have like currently in fundraising team alone, we have 200 volunteers, not only from Bay Area, but from all across the world. So our program is like, for all, we are planning to expand it all across the world.
Yeah, that's my last question here. This is not just for Cupertino specific.
No, we started in the Bay Area, but we are looking to expand. Like we do have a leadership team member who's from South Africa. And also we are gonna start an outreach team in India soon.
I see. Okay, thank you. That's all I think. Max,
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Stanley.
Still have a minute. I just wanted to, so this grant program is a fiscal year program and city's fiscal year starts in July. So I just wanted to make sure that, will you be able to use the funds if they're not available until after July?
I believe our organization does have some funds from other fundraising events that we have run previously. So I think for the first few months, we would probably use that fund. And then later on, if we do receive the grant, then we would use it towards the future months, like.
Thank you.
And I have one final question. So $1,000, 20 students equal about an average of $50 a cleaning. Are they 100% solely Cupertino kids?
I believe so.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you.
Next, can Via Rehab Services please proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside of the conference room?
We should like go around with one question each, and if we have extra time.
I have too many, sorry. I'll wait for it. I have too many.
5 minutes with the questions, so you have time.
Yeah, no, I think it's what Commissioner Pal said, right? Let me ask one and then we'll go for it. If no, then we'll come.
So is it active circle now or rehab services?
Active Circle's nice.
Thank you.
And you may want to tell them that to look at her on the timing, otherwise nobody's looking at your times when you say.
Yes.
So you have to tell them that to do that one, because they're not looking.
I wanted to intervene, but
Yes. So before you start, just to let you know, we will give you a 30-second warning and a time's up and we're around 3 minutes.
What are the slides for 2 minutes? Oh, let me just do a quick intro. Next, we have Active Circle. They are a new applicant and they are requesting $2,000 for their all-inclusive family picnic.
Hello. And I go to Cupertino High School. And I'm Anya and I go to Notre Dame School. We're the founders of the Active Circle, a 501c3 registered nonprofit with the mission of creating active, connected communities. In the midst of the pandemic, we realized that isolation was a really big issue, and not everyone was as privileged as us to have such connected communities around them. This desire to create change in our community drove us to create this platform, to create active, connected communities through group events that aim to better physical, mental, and emotional well-being of the people around us. We also became Presidential Volunteer Service Award certified last year, and me and Anya have both won the Gold Presidential Volunteer Service Award. One of our largest events is a series of ongoing picnics for the neurodiverse community. These events promote healthy interaction and community building with a mission to integrate families with special ed children into our general society. These picnics are filled with food, games, and activities for the family. We have received phenomenal feedback from parents on the events, and we hope to continue them. We are asking for a grant for $2,000 from the City of Cupertino so that we can use the money to improve our picnics for the special ed community. Here is a glimpse of some of our past events. These are some pictures from our past all-inclusive picnics for the neurodiverse community of Cupertino, Sunnyvale, and Santa Clara. We've also worked with the city of Cupertino on some of their events like the Bike Fest and the Indian Heritage Fair with the sister organization. Here are some more of our events that we host. Can keep some. We have made a significant impact in our community on top of our diverse past events and drives. We have raised a total of $5,000 for various different causes. Here are some of the different corporations and organizations that we have partnered. Once again, we are requesting a grant. Because of the impact that we've made in our community, we have received a variety of recognitions. We received the Gold Presidential Volunteer Service Award, mayoral awards from the mayors of Santa Clara and Cupertino, the Girl Scout Silver Award, and the First Lego League Motivational Award. Once again, we are requesting a grant of $2,000 from the city of Cupertino. Now we would like to pass it over to Susan Slope, a strong advocate for the special ed community.
Yeah, I'm just someone who's been really positively impacted by the program. Special needs. Yeah, very active in the PTA council. I'm here tonight speaking on my own behalf. Active Circle has organized 4 events for our community. These events include potlucks and activities for the children. We had our last one this past Sunday, and it's really a safe space for the families with special needs to make friends in the environment. And with more funding from the Cupertino Community Grant Program Fund, the Active Circle group could organize more picnics for us. So thank you so much for your consideration.
The floor, commissioners. For any clarifying questions, Commissioner Srikanth?
What will you be covering with the $2,000 and for how much, what is the time duration? Time period?
So with the $2,000, as we said, we would like to work on improving our all-inclusive picnics. We would work on getting better facilities like indoor spaces to host some of our picnics. Because we, for example, we had to cancel like 2 of our picnics in the past because of the weather. It was rainy, and if we were gonna do them outdoors, but we couldn't get an indoor space because of the cost. We would also use the money just for like better activities at our picnics. At our last picnic, we did an Easter egg hunt. In one that we were gonna do in November, we were planning on doing turkey making with like crafts, and so we would use funds for all of that. Along with that, right now, all of our picnics are potluck style, where parents are bringing in food as well as us, but we would like to take all the weight off the parents and have only us bring in the food, so that we would need the funds for that too. And time duration, we hope to continue these picnics over the next couple of years as well.
And one last question from me. Are the kids from Cupertino, or is it outside of Cupertino and Santa Clara?
Our kids are all from Cupertino, Sunnyvale, and Santa Clara. 50% Cupertino and then 25 Santa Clara and Sunnyvale.
Thank you.
Commissioner Marathon?
Thank you. Could you select these? I think 70 you put in there, kids in the application. And how do you select those individuals?
So we create these events, and then whenever like these families are available to come to these events, it's open to everyone, for anyone to join, and whoever can come, we just have an RSVP and they can RSVP and join. And they're usually spread through like word of mouth and through like different.
I see. And it's for 1 quarter or 4 quarters?
So we have like bi-monthly events is what we try to do for those picnics. Like I said earlier, we had to cancel a couple because of the weather, but we try to do some every 2 months.
I'll wait until the other question.
If you have any questions, there's no one.
Okay, then I can go with 2 more questions I have. I really want to just check it out. What's the main objective of the picnic? Is bringing people together and make them engaged? Is it what you were objecting?
Yeah, so our mission of Active Circle is to create active and bringing these neurodiverse community families together is a really big part, because typically some of them are not integrated with general society, like at schools, even just when we go out, some people look down on them, and that's we're trying to bring families together. We're trying to help them because we've heard from a lot of the parents that they're unable to just get out of the house stress-free. But coming to these picnics, because it's organized by someone else, which is us, they're allowed to just like de-stress and just like have fun with their family.
Awesome. Last question. What type of partnership you have with the organization? You listed a lot of organizations, right? Corporates. Is that they're helping you or what kind of
A
a,
lot of different types of events. This is just a specific type of event we've done. We do webinar sessions because our whole thing is like creating active connected communities, both mentally and physically. So we do a lot of webinars on mental health, physical health. So we worked with a lot of corporations to have those webinars for them. And then we've done like shoe drives and cleanups for.
okay, those are the ones you listed. Those are the partnership with the corporation. Awesome. Thank you.
Commissioner Stan.
And you're a completely student-run organization?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Thank you. Thank you.
Great job.
And Elder A, proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside of the conference room while I introduce our next presenter of rehabilitation services.
This is a.
Via Rehabilitation Services is a new applicant. They are requesting $5,000 for their STEAM and outdoor education at Camp via request. And I'll.
All right, I just wanted to mention,
Yes.
you have 3 minutes of presentation. We'll give you a warning when you're 30 seconds out.
Okay, well, very much for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you so much for your time. For almost 80 years, Camp VOS has been supporting individuals with developmental disabilities and their families to grow, develop, and thrive. We currently serve over 350 children and adults annually through a variety of our summer and year-round weekend camp programs. With your support, we are planning to expand our curriculum and serve over 500 children and adults. We are, next slide, please. These are variety of services we offer. We have 4 large cabins for adult and children, 7 years old they can stay. And a variety of programs, STEAM program and really educational programs while having fun and enjoying the camp environment. These are our sessions. We offer 9 sessions, 4 for adults, 4 for children and ages 5 to 17. And over 7 years old, they can stay overnight if they want to. I have 1 session for adults, grade 6 to 12 up to 22 years old. These are really leadership and pre-vocational, making them ready to really for next step in their life. Why Camp VOS is so vital? Camp VOS has a really unique qualities. We offer one-on-one staff to camp ratio, which is very rare among the camps, especially serving with individuals with disabilities. Our diverse programming really wide range of experiences from equine therapy, STEAM projects, building robots, and so on. And our international staff is equipped to serve campers with various diagnoses. We have an amazing partnership with Santa Clara County Parks that allows us to lease the land for our campus. And our services we offer during summer and weekend. Our campers to staff ratio really varies based on each individual need. We provide specialized medical, behavioral, and dietary support to ensure that campers are safe while enjoying their time. And really, this is the first time that allowing parents to really relax and not to worry.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go ahead and
thank you.
wrap it up, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we're here, your support will enable us to have the educational services I talked about and also purchasing equipment and so on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm so passionate. I did.
Before I give you I just wanted to limit, we still have 11 presentations to go. If we can limit the questions, please. Commissioner Srikanth.
Quick question on your presentation. You said location, location, location. Can you please elaborate?
It is on Cupertino. It is just beautiful Cupertino Hills, 13.5 acre. This is very rare to anybody, especially for children and adults with disabilities. I cannot tell you enough how fast they're learning and how we're increasing their self-esteem and self-worth, and they're able to learn and really thrive in their whatever they want to do.
Great, thank you.
Commissioner Stanek.
Thank you. Thanks for the presentation. Could you comment on your fee schedule? Because I understand that you do charge fees and then
No.
provide scholarships. Is that
So we worked with a regional center, state agency. So those children or adults with developmental disabilities who utilizing the state services, it is free for them. Although for every camper, we have a $1,000 gap that we try to do fundraising and also with renting our space for people if they want to use it to cover those gaps.
so the fees are not for the participants?
The fees, if people are not having diagnoses with disabilities that recognized by state, they want to be part of the camp, they will pay themselves.
Okay, thank you.
But it is free for children and adults.
Commissioner.
I have one question, which is, you said the number of Cupertino residents participation is 8 out of the total number of 362. Is it because only 8 people you picked up? That's all the limit you put in, or that's all the number of?
I remember former mayor of Cupertino, when they came, she came and she said that this is the best kept secret. And we said, it's not a secret. We do a lot of marketing and we try to make sure everybody knows. So hopefully with this grant, we can even say, the city is supporting us. Come and see the camp.
Oh,
And I encourage all of you come.
Okay, I thought there may be a criteria, that's why you
No.
limited it.
No, we want to be honest, like how many, but yeah, it is
Got it.
for everybody.
Awesome, thank you.
And my question again, Camp Via West is in Cupertino.
Yes, it is.
Correct. And it's not only serving Cupertino, but like you said, the Bay Area, it's open.
It is open,
Everybody.
yes.
Copy. How, the last question I have is like, if you had to slice it in 3, would you say there's more from the Bay Area than Cupertino residents, or just primarily anybody, and then a little bit of Cupertino, it just happens to be in Cupertino?
43% of our clients are Santa Clara County.
Copy.
And yeah,
And the
and
other.
then we have all over from San Francisco, and sometimes during summer,
Got
even other states come to. This is a very, very rare opportunity for people, and it is beautiful, and we really appreciate your support.
And we appreciate you presenting tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, can Innovart please proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside the conference room while I introduce our next presenter, Elder A.
Are we good on time?
Elder Aid is a new applicant and they are requesting $6,000 for their background verification and integration and support.
Hi, my name is Dipali Pathak and I'm representing Elder Aid. Elder Aid is a 501c3 nonprofit organization which connects seniors in the community needing help to local volunteers. Seniors in our community need help for various reasons. And I listed some of them. And the next slide is also there are volunteers in our community as well who have their own reasons to help them. Elder Aid is a mobile web and a phone platform which connects these two communities. We also allow high school volunteers age 16 plus because we are PVSA certified, so that way they get volunteer hours for it. So this way seniors get the help they need, and it also results in a better connected community. So we have done alpha testing and we recently finished our beta program. We can go back slide. We saw a very good response. Seniors were very thankful. And we saw volunteers also found it very rewarding. And often they return for repeat task pickups. We realize that there is definitely a need for the elderly in our community for a service like this. Elderly need a service like this in our community. But we also saw some challenges. Since this was a beta launch, we did our own verification. Like in the app, we'll ask the users for driver's license or state IDs. And we also match the users. But this was only like checking their address and age, and this was not like a background verification. So to launch our platform and to scale it, we need to have a proper third-party background verification system integrated in our platform. Second, we also realized that we need to increase our volunteer pool, do more outreach focused on volunteers, or maybe have like a reward-based system focused on volunteers, recognizing their volunteer efforts. So in phase two, phase two of Elder Aid, we want to cover this. So we are asking a total grant of $6,000, and the breakdown, if you go next slide. And I think there's one more. Yes. So this one, so we need $3,000 for getting external background verification integrated in our platform. So after exploring all the options based on the cost and the services covered, we decided to go with Sterling Volunteers. So their registration and technical support would cost around $500. And to get this feature seamlessly integrated in our app, there will be a development cost. We outsource it to the developers, and based on the past project, the estimated cost is $2,500. So for first bullet point, to get this feature implemented, we would need $2,000. Secondly, also want to cover, like once this feature is in, the seniors and every user will have to cover the background check cost. It is minimum $20 from Sterling Volunteers. So we want to cover it for initial 100 senior citizens who can't afford it or would hesitate to use this service because of this charge. So that is for 100 seniors, $20 is $2,000. That's the second bullet point. And the last point is that we need to increase our outreach efforts. And so we want to have booths in certain events and attend events with higher volunteer turnouts. So the third bullet point for all these efforts is 1,000. So adding up all these three, we need $6,000. So with these enhancements, Elder Aid will be like a safe and trusted environment for all seniors and volunteers, and we'll be able to scale and reach out to as many seniors as possible. So this is what, and thank you for letting us present today.
Thank you, and I'll open the floor to commissioners if they have any clarifying questions.
I think I had one question which you kind of answered, because for the HIPAA compliance on the background verification, I was a little concerned about you, because you said there is somebody who will do manually, ask them to driver license upload and check. I worked on this, so I know the HIPAA compliance and everything. It's a sensitive data, and I was thinking how would you do it. But glad that you're addressing it. That's a good news, because you have to go to the third party one, which should not be done. The second one is that you talked about the outsourcing of it. Where do you outsource this? Is the app development is outsourced?
The app development is outsourced. We use Upwork, and we have a developer in Asia. And the first project, so far we self-funded it and $1,000. We created the app and the whole mobile as a web platform. So we design it, we coordinate with them, I do the back end. The UI for us.
They'll continue the maintenance as well, all of, because it's not a one time, because after once you get it, okay.
Cover their maintenance cost.
And the last question is, does it plan to serve on Cupertino or it is registered here?
I mean, we plan to go at places, but our beta program was focused on Cupertino, Sunnyvale and stuff.
Brings universal. Thank you.
Commissioner Schiffer.
Do you have to integrate it with the background screening company's systems?
That is why we need their technical support as well. And we have figured that all out. We have created like a whole design, how it will integrate with them. They also know a lot of companies have done that with them. So there would be some development from our side and then the integration from theirs.
And that is here or that's also in Asia?
No, this will be here. Sterling Volunteers is they're based in US. I don't know where exactly, but we're based in US.
Thank you.
Is any other comments? No. Once again, I just wanted to ask, what is the percentage of everyone that you're helping here? Because I understand you said it was Sunnyvale, Cupertino, and Santa Clara, but what would you say out of 10? How many Cupertino
Yes.
residents are you assisting?
Beta launch, we actually stopped the program. We got so much request, but we had to stop it at 60 people. We were going to start with 30 and we reached 60 and we stopped. So out of 60, 38% people.
Okay, copy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your presentation. Thank you.
Oh, she's a volunteer. She wanted to say something if.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very rewarding experience. The first time when I went, I actually got calls not only from the senior citizen, but their families who lived in the East Coast. That they, it's such a relief for them that we were able to take them on, it was for a cleaning checkup or some grocery shopping. So it's really an amazing experience. And if we were able to, show it to the younger generation, because sometimes our families, they are able to stay with stay in India, so they do not have that kind of interaction. So that feeling, that empathy, it's great.
And we appreciate you bringing this to our attention today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Can Asian American Parents Association please come to the on deck waiting area outside the conference room while I introduce our next presenter, Art Foundation.
So we're going to Asian American.
No, they're the one getting ready. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're doing
Got it.
Yeah.
Art Foundation is a new applicant and they are requesting $8,000 for their Head to Heart Mental Health Matters program.
Perfect. So you will have 3 minutes and we'll let you know as soon as your 30 seconds comes out. Thank you.
Dear Commission members, I'm Maggie Tsai, President of Innovart Foundation. It is actually with a very heavy heart today that I bring the mental health promotion proposal here because news starts to spread that a Palo Alto High School student tragically passed away at the Caltrain crossing yesterday. Sadly, this is not the first case. As a mental health counselor and a nonprofit leader, I am reminded of the urgency of raising awareness of mental health, breaking stigma, and shaping resources that shape and save lives. With this in mind, I'm applying for a city grant for the Head and Heart Mental Health Matters project, which includes 2 parts. One is a large-scale 1 or 2 day resource fair offering mental health education and support. Second part is a workshop series with 8 to 10 sessions over several months covering essential mental health topics. These could include anxiety, depression, neurodivergence, and all these things listed here, including like yoga therapy, art therapy. And we welcome any additional topics that you would suggest. We're requesting funds in 2 parts and hope the city will support both. Mental health is a key part of the city's strategic planning. And for source fair, it's large scale and it's full blown. We probably need to raise additional funds on our own through sponsorships. And we believe that every dollar will count and will have lasting impact. As Innovart engages in event promotion, we also seek the city's support in promoting the project. We need city resources such as publications, social media outreach, and community events like Earth Day to amplify the impact, to make it really can reach 10,000 to 20,000 people inside and outside of Cupertino. For 11 years, Innovart has been contributing to the community. Innovart initiated a utility box project in 2015, which is still in action, and sponsored Miller's drama program, supported Shuttle Latino seniors, and organized fresh food sales during the pandemic, which later turned into numerous high school fundraisers. We have created ideas and we strive to turn them into reality to make our community a better one. And mental health matters, and we hope that we will take the initiative to embrace mental health. Thank you very much and welcome your questions.
Yeah, I'll open the floor to commissioners. Is there any questions? Commissioner Rubin.
Thank, a couple of quick questions. One, how many you have? I know you opened in 2023, it started, right? Your organization.
Organization started 2014.
Oh, 14, okay.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, it is 2020. So how many you have served so far, like number of people who you served?
Oh, we serve thousands of people, both here and we also have programs in China.
Oh, okay, so both here and China too.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other question is, you said the fair, which is once a year, or what is the period, like periodically you can?
It's a 1 or 2 day event, resource fair.
Resource fair, and it's once a year.
Once a year,
Okay, and it's here locally?
local here.
Yeah, and
So we're going to find a venue depending on which is the best venue for the skill.
okay, last question. You said you're assisting San Jose Public Library on a monthly basis in your application.
Yes.
What is special?
Calabasas Library during pandemic.
Oh, that's only on panel, because I was questioning, we do have Cupertino Library and I'm just
Okay.
selfish little bit on it. I said, why we are not doing it on Cupertino Library,
Oh.
only on San Jose Library?
Yeah, that was in pandemic. You picked up from the website, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
that was in pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Be very careful.
thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner Steiner?
So resource fair, you're gonna have a venue. This is a physical place. How many people would you expect to come to the resource fair?
Yeah, so for the resource fair, actually it's 2 parts. One part is physical, and at the same time, we can open up Zoom and have them have a breakout rooms. So people who cannot come physically can enter through Zoom.
So how many people would you expect in person and on Zoom? Like a breakout?
Yeah, because it's like 1 day or 2 days, so maybe per day, like 5,000 people. But in on-site could be like 1,000, 2,000, but more people call in, and we have different sessions because we have different rooms and then different times and 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your 8 workshops, are those online or are those in person?
Those are in person.
Those are in person. So how many people attend your workshops?
So like the workshops I did last year in Cupertino Library was like 40, but that was a very small scale because it's only me as a mental health counselor.
Okay, thank you.
That's why I needed you to promote the event.
Right, but how many Cupertino resident are you expecting to have or to reach? I understand that you mentioned many times that you have all the way from 10 to 20,000 participants, but in a nutshell, let's say out of 1 to 10, how many Cupertino residents are we helping with the mental crisis in Cupertino?
So I expect the participants to be like 10,000 for Cupertino, and I want to double it for people outside of.
But it hasn't been achieved thus far since 2014, am I correct? Or do you know for sure that you've reached 10,000 Cupertino residents?
That's our target for the resource fair and.
Target, copy. Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioner Shrika.
Yeah.
How do you identify the participants? Is there an application process, eligibility process?
Yeah, we can open up Google form for them to register.
And anybody, any student or any parent, anybody can.
Yeah, it's very inclusive. And for online, people who do not have accessibility, they can still access online.
We thank you for your presentation.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Okay, can Rotary Club please proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside of the conference room while I introduce our next presenter, Asian American Parents Association.
I still haven't used that one. Thank you. So your presentation will be 3 minutes. We will signal you, obviously, when you have 30 seconds left into your presentation. Thank you so much.
Asian American Parents Association is a returning applicant and they are requesting $4,000 for their AAPI Multicultural Festival.
No, I'm gonna give you this and this. That's my slide. Hello, my name is Lian Zhao. I am the co-president of AAPA and Association. So today we present our, application. Yeah, next slide. Today we will apply for the 2024 Multicultural Festival and organized by Asian American Parents Association and the student organization. It's AAPA community. And this will be our fifth multicultural festival. We actually asking for 4,500. So yeah, today our present is our Asian American Parents Association and the student. So our APA Parent Association is founded in 1991 and formalized in 1994 as a non-profit organization. Basically, our organization focuses on 3 things. We have multicultural festival and we have teacher mini grant for CUSB and FIQSB and we have online study. So we can introduce student.
So I'm part of API Silicon Valley. I'm Amy G. I am currently the co-chair of the organization. Our organization was founded in 2020 at the peak of anti-Asian hate. And we're a organization that focuses on both uplifting the API community and uplifting the next generation of API youth leaders. So this is our AAPI Multicultural Festival. We've been having this event since 2022, and our goal is to effectively bring the community together and recognize the diversity of many various AAPI cultures. So we're effectively highlighting the contributions of a lot of these Asian communities, and we bring together organizations, performers, etc. So everyone in Cupertino can enjoy just these cultural experiences. This is our 2022 APA Multicultural Festival. It was our first one held in downtown Mountain View, and it was quite successful with over 400 attendees. Here's some community feedback. Our 2023 API Multicultural Festival was the first one held in the Cupertino Library Square. We had about 450 to 500 attendees, so again, very successful. We had many cultural booths, 11 performances from a variety of cultures. And yeah, can move on. This is the organization program. This was our poster. These are some of our photos. More photos.
You wanna play?
Yeah.
Some coverage. And our 2024 one was also held this year with 200 to 300 attendees. Program poster. Our 2025 one is to be held in Cupertino. Did you have any more thoughts, Leanne?
Yes, we will in this month, in May 24th for the false, yeah.
It would have been student testimony, but we can probably have it in a Q&A.
Thank you.
Just a breakdown. Yeah.
Thank you for your presentation. I will open the floor to commissioners for any clarifying questions. Commissioner Srikanth.
Hi, your application said 4,000 is the ask, but your presentation says 4,500.
Yeah, and that's because, usually we have, kind of, we borrow from some organization, but right now they are not available. So we have to buy the kind of, because May is very hot. We have to, provide the canopy for the, attendees. So that's why it's 500, yeah.
But can I ask staff clarification? Are we talking here 4,000 to 4,500 when we make our decision?
Will be whatever was submitted in the application.
Right, then
4,000.
was the 4,000 submitted? So we'll focus on 4,000. Okay. Commissioner Kumar.
Quick question. So in the application, you mentioned that you also fund the teachers, CUSD teachers, correct?
We have teacher mini grant every year. So that's why we try to have some sponsorables and sponsor some small amount of money, so then we can use for the teacher mini grant to support the teacher.
So many grants actually for PHSD.
And then CUSD, because I didn't get it. So CUSD will have fund on it. Thanks, Jerry, being here. So I didn't know what you will be funding on the teachers, kind of. So I was confused on what that fund, what you will be paying to the teachers, kind of. That's what I had a question on it. But thank you. And also, you said a minimum of 2K is requested if no funding is available. In the application, you said if the funding is not available, you requested a minimum 2K, 2,000. So yeah, so at least you wanted 2,000 in your application. So I wanted to understand how does that go in your applications? If it is not being given, you said you wanted to have at least 2,000. Okay, it is there in the application somewhere. I'll figure it out. But that's what it mentions. So that means you, if they're not full fund available, looks like two.
So we have to look for other
opportunities. Okay.
organizations.
Yeah, first time I saw that one.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, okay, thank you. That's all I have. And there are some corrections in your application, which I don't want to take it. I'll pass it on to the staff.
Commissioner Stanek?
Yeah, you noted that, I guess in 2023, you had 400 to 500 attendees in Cupertino. In 24, you had 200 to 300. Do you know why it went down by almost half?
Yes, we also try to figure out, I think, then like the same day, yeah, another community event in another place. So that's why this year we try to do more application, more promotion in the internet.
I also want to mention last year.
Very hot, yeah.
Heat wave,
Yeah.
just on that day. So
Yeah.
library, people, a lot less.
Thank you.
Perfect. If there's no question, we thank you so much for your presentations today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, can I now please proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside of the conference room while I introduce our next presenter, Rotary Club.
Go both reading his questions, because we're going faster now.
Because I'm scared of the chair now. So I'm just going faster before.
And yeah.
Is it okay if I have a seat? And I was careful to have the right amount of words that would fit into 3 minutes.
I will prompt you in.
Okay. And the also, a lot of these are just pictures. So you can, how about if I just make a hand, or can you see it? Slide. Okay,
Just a quick
we're like it.
organization
Yeah.
introduction, Rotary Club returning applicant requesting $4,000 for their Thanksgiving meal sharing program.
Okay, hi, my name is Jeff Knoll. I'm president of the Cupertino Rotary Club, and I would like to present the Cupertino Rotary Thanksgiving meal sharing proposal. Rotary is a global network of over 1.2 million neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who see the world where people unite, take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. So Rotary Club was chartered in 1955, so we're celebrating our 50th anniversary, just like the city of Cupertino. And the club sponsors over 60 community service projects over the course of the year. And one of them that are near and dear to our heart is this Thanksgiving meal sharing program. So we started the Thanksgiving meal sharing program 22 years ago. Started out humbly, only 12 families served. But this past year, delivered fully prepared dinners from Safeway to 175 families in and around Cupertino were identified by our partner organization, West Valley Community Services. So each year, for the past 23 years, Cupertino Rotary members gather in the Safeway parking lot at Homestead and Deanza in Cupertino on Thanksgiving morning. They here's some pictures and a wide range of local volunteers who are helping with the distribution. This year, 51 Rotarians and 9 scouts from 3 Cupertino troops delivered fully prepared dinners to 175 households. Working with our partners at CUSD, Fremont Union High School District, Live Oak Adult Center, and West Valley Community Services. Each dinner included a cooked and fully prepared 10 to 12 pound turkey, savory dressing, creamy mashed potatoes, everything we all love. And along with old fashioned turkey gravy, cranberry sauce, wine rolls. The dinner only needs reheating prior to serving. Since each dinner serves 6 to 8 people, that actually means there's 1,000 to 1,400 individuals dinners that are served. And if I hit the right number of clicks, here's a summary of what I just said, of the number of volunteers and the number of meals delivered. And then here's our proposal. Safeway provides dinners at $69.99 at total cost of $12,248 for the 175 dinners. They also provide a grant of $2,000. We're asking the city of Cupertino to contribute $4,000, and Cupertino Rotary would pay the balance.
Almost done.
Did I nail it?
Yeah. That's the second. Well, opening the floor to clarifying questions, Commissioner Sriva.
Are the dinners repeat served to the same families? Yeah, the follow-up questions, if not, how do you identify the families?
Yeah, each year they're identified by our partner, West Valley Community Services. I think it's very possible it could be the same families, but I would guess, most new.
Commissioner Stanek.
So are these meals, they're prepared by Safeway? Are these meals that they generally sell to the public too, and you are buying 175 of them?
Correct.
That's all.
Commissioner Murray.
Yeah, so one quick question, and I know in the slide it said is for the food, but in the application it says by materials and equipment for 4,000.
Say that again.
In the application, the 4K request is against the materials and equipment. That's what it is mentioned.
Materials and
Equipments. And equipment.
Equipment.
So,
equipment.
Well, yeah.
so I was wondering, is it for the meal or
Yeah, it's
preparation?
It's for the meal. He meant the meal. He just called it what?
Okay, yeah, because I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because that's our only cost. Everything else.
So it mainly direct goes to the meal
Yeah.
portion of it. It explains in your last slide, but it was not, and that's why I was confused on that part of it. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, no worries, thank you.
And my only last question I have, obviously, each meal serves about 6 to 8 people, so I just did an average, it's over 1,050. But are they all 100% Cupertino resident?
They're not. It's
not.
Cupertino area. Some of them could be in Sunnyvale. And
Could you, on the scale from 1 to 10, say to how many this grant would go to Cupertino per se? Just, it's not a guess or a tricky question.
Yeah.
Just not 10, 20, 30%,
I would
80,
say about half.
about 50%. Okay. If there, commissioners, and has no more clarifying questions, we thank you so much for your presentation.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for all your consideration.
Thank you.
Can Special Olympics of Northern California please proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside of the conference room while I introduce our next presenter, Aina.
ANAC.
Inak.
No, they were there last year.
You remember, that's impressive.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Eyeglasses.
So you will have 3 minutes for your presentation and we will signal you when you're getting close.
Today I've come prepared with less than.
I want to get to it. It starts now. I want to thank all of you for supporting us for 2 years. Um, Clear vision
Just
is,
before you begin.
Okay.
We'll do a pre-presentation on.
okay,
INEC, a returning applicant requesting $5,000 for eye care and eyeglasses.
The floor.
all right, it's my turn. I want to thank you all for giving us money for last 2 years. It has really helped us scale up the free eyeglasses, not only in the county of Santa Clara, but in city of Cupertino and Cupertino Unified. Last year's donation that will end June 30th is exclusively being used in the city of Cupertino and Cupertino Unified. About 30 students have already received free eyeglasses in Cupertino because a lot of migrants are living in these areas and we are providing them. And I am Poonam, the founder of INEC. We are empowering the underprivileged to receive free vision care. Next slide, please. So there is a lot of need, especially in 1 in 4 preschool age children are being diagnosed with myopia. Just recently, 2 pairs of twins have been diagnosed with childhood cataract, and they need constant care. Every 3 to 6 months, they need to be seen by an optometrist to make sure that cataract is not increasing or extending more. So the cost is going up for us. And also we provide vision care, not only to the school children in Santa Clara County, to young adults and seniors as well. We partner with West Valley Community Center, and a lot of seniors there are receiving eyeglasses. We want to make sure that seniors are not cocooned in their homes, but are socially active. And they are driving because they have driver's licenses, and poor vision don't go together. So we want them to be safe on the road and keep us safe as well. But recently, some of the nonprofits that were providing free vision care are no longer doing so. That gap is being filled by Anna. This year, from 6th of January, when the schools reopened, till now, we had registered 300 individuals, most of whom are school children, for free vision care. So my request to you is to do fund us, give us more money so that we can continue providing vision care to the students. But my request is that please open these grants from outside of the city of Cupertino so that we can provide vision care to a school called Escuela Popular, which was founded in 1986 by a resident of Cupertino, Lydia Bergerin. She was a Bolivian, but she passed away 2 years ago. And just recently, we provided 32 children from that school free eyeglasses. They don't even have a school nurse to identify vision care. So whoever they registered, we went in and served the school community. And thank you. I come prepared this time, I'm telling you. I wanted to get whatever I needed.
I'll open the floor for any questions for commissioners if you have any. Commissioner Kamarapan?
Couple of questions. One, in your application, you requested 5K, but when you really look into it, total sums up to 1,250.
No.
Materials equipment 500, entertainment 500,
That is
mail and shipment 100, miscellaneous 150. That's all.
25% of 5,000. It shouldn't be that much.
Overall, the total cost didn't add up. So I will let you and staff to figure out, but I just found out there is I did not know where.
Something somewhere must have gone wrong. I'm not a mathematician or a technology person. I work with the heart. I want to do.
Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to call that out.
Dollars to United States in 1981, and now I'm running a foundation which is primarily funded by myself.
It's okay, no, nothing. I just want to call it out so that somebody has to correct it before when you. That's all, nothing. And also, you said the number of Cupertino is only 15. You mentioned on that. Why is that?
That is last year and for now, but since January to now, a lot more children have come through us through the Cupertino School District.
How many, like, maybe,
I will have to give you that number, but it could be close to 50 now.
or close to 50?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because because last year, whatever vouchers were given by these nonprofits that were going out of business have all been finished, and we have taken up all the new applications that are coming through. We are filling in the gap in the Bay Area and all over California and in the nation. We are getting so many requests from everywhere that we just don't say no. If we can find a partner who is ready to do vision care, we just may have to pay a little bit more, but we do provide vision care. We launched in New Jersey in August of last year, and the Morris County schools are picking us up this year.
okay. Last question. You mentioned about some school, and I don't think that this
Escuela Popular,
program doesn't stop you. I mean, kind of what I heard is that we have to allow you to, I don't think that that's a restriction.
What we do is, it says, you ask me every time I come, how many Cupertino residents? It was 5 the very first time you gave us this year, because a lot more residents are living in the apartments all over. We never gave any students in Los Gatos, Saratoga School District. We have done this year. Los Altos, Mountain View, the only school district that we have not yet received any application is Los Altos Hills. So we are going out and doing fundraising because me and my family cannot invest all the time. So we are opening ourselves up to go and get bigger grants. And that's where we are doing all our statistics, where it's going. It's almost all school districts.
Okay, thank you. The reason I brought it up is that the reason we asked the question, how many Cupertino residents are getting benefited? It's a budget comes from Cupertino.
And
We want to make sure that we respond to this
and
community that, hey, it is being funded. That's the reason.
yeah, and that is why I'm saying.
It's not stopping you to serve others. So I just wanted
Just
to.
include Escuela Popular with Cupertino, because she was a migrant or a immigrant like us from Bolivia. She attended Stanford University and all that. Her history is so remarkable. And so is Jose Hernandez, who was a son of a migrant worker in Stockton, farm worker. And he went to the States as the first. And see the movie on Shrikant Pola, the Indian blind student who studied here in America, went back to India and is doing well. So there, I got the opportunity to meet him last September with Shankar Foundation.
Great.
Thank you.
He is my support.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Any
it.
more questions?
If
You
there,
guys are so wonderful. We really appreciate.
if there's no more questions from Commissioner, we'll thank you for your presentation. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And I wanted to ask, since this will be our 10th presentation, would you want a 5 minutes recess or not?
I just want to go.
I may stand up, but I'm good to go.
Yeah, I just want to stand up, run around for.
You're fine to continue? Perfect. Perfect.
Thanks for checking.
And for you guys? Guys, okay, okay.
Next, can Friends of Deer Hollow Farm please proceed to the on deck waiting area outside the conference room while I ensure the next presentation slide. Go over it. So our next organization is unable to make it to the meeting tonight, but provided a summary of their application, which has been uploaded as part of the
Which one?
presentation
I'm sorry.
packet. Wait. They are a returning applicant and they are requesting $5,000 for their Feed the Need
They're not
program.
here. They're not. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I missed it. Okay.
Now this is.
Introducing our next organization, Special Olympics of Northern California. They are a returning applicant from last year, and they are requesting $5,760 for their 2025 bowling team program.
You will have 3 minutes of presentation and we will signal you when you are 30 seconds closer to the end and when the time is up.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. Great. Yeah. Hey, guys, I'm Alejandro. I'm joined here today by Zach, our sports director in the region, and one of our superstar Special Olympic athletes, Matthew. And we're here to talk today about SO NorCal's Cupertino bowling team program. Next slide, please. So, who we are. Our mission statement is basically we strive to create inclusive communities where folks with intellectual disabilities and without intellectual disabilities can come together, make connections, strive for healthier lifestyles, achieve success together, and also enjoy sports. You might know that Special Olympics NorCal has a sports program to course, but we have in total 4 pillars of services. We also go to schools. We provide Special Olympics programming in schools. We have a health and wellness program, which provides health screenings and health resources, advocacy resources for our athletes. Then we have a athlete leadership program, which allows our athletes to kind of develop the professional skills they need to kind of more or less kind of navigate the world in a more professional setting. All of our programs in Special Olympics NorCal are free of cost to all of our athletes. And with that, we'd like to shift over to the Cupertino bowling program.
Yeah, next slide. Thank you. So specifically with the Cupertino bowling team, this one is located here in the city of Cupertino, hosted at Homestead Bowl. They graciously opened their doors for a number of years for our program, pre-COVID. And so we're really kind of building that community within that particular space for our athletes, for our families, for everyone to kind of come and learn the sport of bowling. All of our programs, as I mentioned, they are volunteer run. So our volunteers for the bowling program are their parents, their community members, their caregivers, high school students, their college students, or anybody that really wants to make a difference in the program. Come once, I know you'll be hooked for sure. But we really just want to strive to create a space where those that may have a disability can thrive in the sports realm. Bowling being one of them, it's one of our more popular sports. And today, if you go to the next slide, please. We're about over 90 athletes. This program is growing year over year from 23 to 24. Coming back from COVID, we are seeing this progression of families, athletes wanting to come out to our bowling program specifically. Bowling is one of our more popular sports because it can work with athletes of all ages and physical abilities. You know, look at something like basketball or our flag football program, a little bit different. But I do want to give Matthew a chance to speak since we're here.
Okay, my name is Matthew Pumala. I have been in athlete for 14 years. I love it and I walk my sitting, you know. The best part of boarding for me is being with my friends. We have a good time, but I love spending time together. I'm not a great bowler, but I really have fun. Really limited in 20 to see work. I want to be able to see a really good sport together. It is really important to all of us.
Thank you, Matt. Awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'll open the floor for commissioners if they have any clarifying questions. Commissioner Srikanth?
Do you have recurring games or tournaments for the participants, for the athletes?
Or yeah, we do. So they go practice. They go 6 to 8 weeks in the program. So they'll go and practice. They usually do about 2 games per practice, and then at the end of the season, we'll have some sort of kind of get together at the end of the season. Yeah.
Any other, Commissioner Kamara, sorry.
Thank you. A couple of quick questions. I think in your organization overall, again, just to help me to clarify, so it's overall the budget for organization is 13 million. That is your overall organization, correct? That's one. And this particular one is specific to Cupertino, correct? And similar programs are available, being done in other cities too. This is a Cupertino Bowl program. Similarly, do you organize in other areas, other cities too? I'm just trying to see a parallel between this one and how it fits into the overall organization.
Yes. So we do specifically with bowling here in Santa Clara County. We have, I believe, 4 different bowling sites.
Okay.
One capacity limits. We do work with another one that San Jose State. They're very small. They're familiar about maybe some lanes. But we also work. What did you say?
No, I know.
No, you go to Cupertino, but we do operate in some of the other different cities, and to try to service as many as we can.
Excellent. The second question I got is, you said number of individuals total is 92 and the number of Cupertino resident is 12.
Yes.
What is it like? You select only 12? 12 are eligible to participate in the camp, or what does that mean?
So that number 12 is we open it up to anybody from St. Clair County. If they're close on the border, they can come into our programs. So we don't handpick or select any athletes. We open them up to everyone. 12 was the number that we had for the Cupertino that decided to come to this program.
Oh, I see. These are the people only registered right now from Cupertino.
Yes, and
Even though you open for more.
yes.
But the 92 is, how do you identify the 92 people? Is it like overall for all the Santa Clara County? Because it says number of individuals total 92 and the Cupertino is 12. So the other people already registered. So overall you have 92 people participating in the camp.
92 participating in just Cupertino bowling team.
Oh,
Of that 92.
only 12 are from Cupertino residents.
Yes.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I couldn't get it. Where is the 92 and the 12? So overall 92 people in the camp,
For that bowling team, yes.
which is including the intellectually challenged and not combined.
Yes. That's our ethics and culture.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, very well.
Any questions? All right, I have just one question. So the grant of 5,760 is solely for gear, rental, shoes, all of that basically, and any marketing that goes associated with that? Or no, or just solely for that? I just wanted to be, I viewed the package, but wanted to ask.
That is strictly for services, for the facility, shoes, rentals, all of
Got
that.
Okay.
It's not going into any marketing. Take that on this now.
And I just want to comment. So there are some kind of a typo and other issues in the application, which I'll share with the, they will let you know.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you for something.
And Chinese American Coalition for Compassionate Care, please proceed to the on-deck waiting area outside the conference room while I introduce our next presenter, Friends of Deer Hollow Farm. Friends of Deer Hollow Farm is a returning applicant and they are requesting 7,300 for the Toll House shelter.
You will have 3 presentation and we will signal you when you have 30 seconds left and when your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you. I remember seeing this barn and getting up close to the animals on my own second grade field trip to Deer Hollow Farm. And so I am so grateful that decades later, my own elementary school daughters will also get to experience. Thank you. So located in Cupertino, Deer Hollow Farm is one of the last homestead farms in the state of California. And it is open to the public for free 5.5 days a week. And it attracts thousands of visitors each year, including many school children and residents of the city of Cupertino. Right now it's vibrant, but that wasn't always the case. So in 1994, the Friends of Deer Hollow was founded as a nonprofit to ensure that the farm could stay open as an environmental education center that could be enjoyed by the whole life. And for almost 50 years, the farm has been offering environmental education classes, and this is in line with the California state curriculum and enhances that curriculum for the elementary school children. And so in the past year, we had 41 schools from the Bay Area participate in the educational program. And 4 of these schools and about 300 children from Cupertino specifically participated in the Ohlone Habitat class. So I will get to that on the next slide. These are the 4 schools from Cupertino, and the Friends of Deer Hollow also gives out scholarships. So this is based on deed-based and the number of children who qualify for the free and reduced meal. So that's another part of the educational program that the Friends of Deer Hollow is carrying. Son, what we are proposing here, back the Ohlone Habitat class that the 300 plus children from Cupertino took. This is the Thule house. It's in our Ohlone village located on the farm. And this is really a critical piece to the program.
that these elementary school kids are going through. Each year, typically, the Thule house needs to be rebuilt because of the elements and decay. So this shelter, they multiple years, would of course be standing there for multiple years, and would accommodate not just the house, but 10 students to go underneath. So we're requesting $7,300 for the materials to build a shelter. And on the next slide, you can see this is the approximate breakdown for the funds that were requested. Hollow Farm also is in charge of 100% of the animals. Next slide. Okay, and also many special projects powered by Scouts. So I'd like to take any questions now. Thank
Right
you.
now, open the floor to commissioners. Commissioner Slavic.
Thanks. So it looks like the dollars you're asking for materials, who will build it? Will you have volunteers or staff?
The staff.
Staff.
So I have to get there.
Thank you.
Back to the slide.
Commissioner Camara.
Yeah, a quick question. So the two L's on the slide, and I just wanted my own clarification. If you could go back to the same slide.
Which slide was it?
Dear Holophone. Yeah. Yeah, this one stop. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
So this is the two L's you wanted to rebuild, right? The left on
We
the,
want to build a shelter for the Thule. So we don't have to. So we don't have to rebuild the house year after year.
oh, so you're gonna build a shelter
A shelter around it. Oh, yeah.
to cover, that's what, I was trying to see, this is the one, and then this is a proposed design, and I felt this is an, wanted to maintain, and you're gonna take it off and build it like this. There's no correlation. Yeah, that, okay, that's what I was confused on. Yeah, so that, okay, this goes on, okay.
It goes on top. So not only do you not have to remake the Thule house every year, the shelter stays there year after year.
And protecting that one, that's the.
It's multiple years of school children coming through and.
And also if it's raining, then we might be able to offer classes during the rain because.
It's inside, okay. Got it, that's all, thank you, that's only a question I got.
Seeing there is no more comments, thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next we have. Oh, okay. Can Cupertino Symphonic Band please proceed to the on deck waiting area outside of the conference room? And we are introducing Chinese American Coalition for Compassionate Care.
You will have 3 minutes for your presentation, and my colleague will try to pinpoint the time left you have for your presentation and when your time is up. The floor is yours.
ACC is a returning applicant. They are requesting $7,500 for the suicide prevention program.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity for CACCC. Our proposal is a suicide prevention program. CACCC was founded in 2005. We've been serving the community for the 20 years, and this will be our 20 years anniversary. Our mission is to enable everyone to face the end of life, to navigate the last stage of our life with dignity and respect. We serve the Chinese community, but our program is open to all and they are free. Some examples of our services include the community education. Next, please. Community education on the advanced care planning. Heart-to-Heart Cafe, which is a card game gathering that facilitating discussion of end-of-life topics. Also, the mindful self-care classes for the caregivers, and mental health and emotional well-being are central. It's very important and it's a critical focus for us. So we want to use the suicide prevention program to to develop a curriculum and which is culturally tailored to the Chinese-speaking community, and to compile materials that to educate volunteers and the community members to identify and support individuals at risk. We won't focus on the population which is young and middle-aged adult, which are the highest suicide rates in the Senecara County population. And with the culturally and linguistically tailored program, we hope to raise awareness and to encourage people at risk to seek help and to reduce mental health stigma and to promote social connections to combat isolation. Okay, thank you. The budget set for this program is at 16,500, of which we are asking 7,500 funding support from the city of Cupertino. We recently received a 5,000 mini grant from Senecara County, and the remaining 4,000 will be covered by in-kind contributions. If we are granted this fund, we will use it for, okay, very quickly, for the curriculum development, to invite expert speakers, to produce materials, and for our outreach, for listening, and for your consideration.
Thank you. I'll open the floor to commissioners. Commissioner Shrika.
Do you have mental health experts, psychologists or psychiatrists in your voluntary?
Yes, actually, we have the Dr. Wei Chen Li.
Okay.
She is a faculty. She recently retired. She was a faculty at the San Jose State. She's a psychology professor.
Oh, thank you.
Commissioner Kumarapan.
Thank you. Two quick questions. One, this particular suicide prevention program.
Yes.
And is it starting for only this year?
Right now, yeah, we just started. We are designing this program until next year. And like I mentioned, we have a 5,000 mini grant from Senecara County already. So we're now just started the training with the Senecara County behavioral health service department.
Got it. So this is expanding your compassionate care organization,
Yeah,
expanding into this too.
Yeah, we're in the $5,000 beginning stage, and we hope we can get the support from Cupertino, the 7,500 plus the 4,000. The total is from now to
that,
May
okay.
2026.
Thank you. I think you partly answered my second question. So thank you.
Just for the sake of asking, since we're the city of Cupertino,
Yes.
wanted to ask you, let's say out of 100 people, how many people are located in Cupertino that you're?
Very good question. Yeah, we are planning at this stage for, I said, training all volunteers and the community members. And we are planning for this phase from now to the end of the year, about 30 to 40 people being trained. Okay, out of the 30, say, maybe 10 will be from Cupertino.
Copy. Since there is no more question, we thank you so much for your presentation.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, can West Valley Community Services proceed to the on-deck waiting area while I introduce our next presenter, Cupertino Symphonic Band. Cupertino Symphonic Band is a returning applicant, and they are requesting $8,858 for miscellaneous music equipment, scanner, band shirts, and venue rental.
Perfect. You will have 3 minutes for your presentation. Our colleague Sarah will show you some, when it's your 30 seconds information and when your time is up as well.
Okay. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, the Symphonic Band was founded in 1981. This is a stand permission. presented before, so we'll jump ahead to the next slide. This is the wonderful equipment we were able to purchase with Cupertino grants for previous years and music. I'm going to talk about Wicked a little bit later. Next slide, please. So our biggest expenses right now is renting rehearsal space for the band for weekly rehearsals. And it's gone up $1,200 in the last year. And same with liability insurance, our next highest expense. It's gone up $800. And so those are hurting us. Our biggest funding sources in the last year, we've gotten two large donations from a couple of families, but those are one-time donations, and we're making good use of those. Our membership dues from the 47 band members, 5,400, and then our third biggest source of funding is the City of Cupertino grant. So this is our 2025 funding request. Sheet music. We want to get logo shirts, music scanner equipment, pay for the Quinlan rental for our concerts, and some program printing, $8,858. But the photos here are our annual parade in the city of Morgan Hill. So that's the whole band on the truck. Can you go back one slide? This photo here, this is actually our rehearsal site at West Valley Elementary School in the Cupertino School District. And we do an annual concert with the children there, and then afterwards we meet with them one-on-one and show them their instruments and let them handle them and try to put the idea in their head to play musical instruments. Okay, go ahead, two slides. And so our next concert is in 2 weeks. It's our annual children's concert here at Quinlan, and we'll be performing the whole score to the Wicked play. At our last concert, I just want to say that Sheila Mohan attended, and it was nice to see her there. And I invite all of you to come to our next concert. The picture on the bottom is our annual amphitheater, Memorial Park Amphitheater of the summer concert series. And we're going to be there June 12th. That's all.
Thank you so much. I will open the floor for Commissioner Rico.
It's not targeted for any specific group of kids. It's open for all children in this industry. It's not for underprivileged or.
No, that particular photo was just only at West Valley Elementary School.
Okay.
We only do it there.
Okay.
You is the Commissioner Kumar.
Yeah, thank you. So how many times, I know I saw the 3 right now for the 2025, how many times you run this program across the school or for public?
We only, the program at the school, we only do once a year at West Valley Elementary.
Okay, but for the public, like you do in Quinlan and the amphitheater, how many times in a?
So we have about 7 concerts a year. 3 of them are at Quinlan. We would have more, but we're limited. We're only allowed to have to make reservations 3 times. So we have a 4th one at the Sunnyvale Community Center. We have a veterans concert on Veterans Day. And we do the outdoor amphitheater.
And this funding request, second question, the funding request is for across all throughout the year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
not just for one particular.
Oh, yeah. It's for
the whole year.
Right.
Exactly. That's all I got. Thank you.
Since there's no more question, thank you so much for your presentation.
Okay, very good. Good night.
Sure.
Last but not least.
Okay, I mentioned the typos. Leo.
Okay, introducing our next organization, West Valley Community Services. Presentation deck, but she is here to give a brief introduction about the application organization and answer any questions.
We'll give you 3 minutes and my colleagues will give you notification when your time is almost up.
Thank you. Thank you, staff. Thank you, Commissioner. My name is Sujata Venkatraman. I'm the Executive Director, West Valley Community Services. West Valley Community Services is a local safety net organization. We were born in Cupertino, and one of our main service areas is Cupertino, but we serve the West Valley region. So we go Saratoga, Los Gatos, West San Jose, all the way up to Redwood Estates. Our primary focus is low-income families with children, seniors, the unhoused community, and anyone who meets the income criteria of the 275% of federal poverty. And that could be someone making around 35,000, a single person, or a family making anywhere from 85,000 in income. Apart from doing basic need services like food, grocery assistance is what we do weekly support for Cupertino residents. We also have, supportive services when they need rental assistance or PG&E assistance when they are feeling a crisis. Or we also do like any kind of case management. Like right now, we are doing VITA for clients so that they can file their taxes and get returns. Or it could be navigating public services or public benefits like social assistance, social services assistance, disability, food stamps. Special program is something very special we do. So when you are unhoused and you are struggling and paying 80 to 90% of your income towards rent, you don't have any extra money. And what happens during, August, during the back to school or during December, when everybody else is shopping, buying stuff, they don't have anything. And it impacts families with children, seniors who feel isolated. So we developed our special program. Gift of Hope has been something that the city of Cupertino has supported us for many years. We've been running the program for 35 years. And the idea of this program is to do something special for our families who typically do not get that support. And in the past, we used to do gifts, then we went to gift cards, and we do gifts and gift card. This year, we had a carnival theme, and we did it by St. Joseph's Church, which was attended by all the folks who registered. And they came in and they said to us that we don't get a chance to go and enjoy even a few hours. Here it was, they played games. We had seniors playing games and we had a game area. We had Santa. We created like a Christmas holiday thing. Next year, we want to do holidays around the world so that families can get an experience of what it is to just have a few hours to get food and just relax. This program really supports Gift of Hope. And what it does is we are able to buy any essentials if the clients need. And it's small appliances. Sometimes they will ask for a fan or a heater, or it's gifts. And for our unhoused clients who we serve in Cupertino, we also give them a food card. Like you heard Rotary doing the Thanksgiving, it's just something additional. So like I said, we've been supported in the past years. We hope you will continue to support us.
Thank you so much. I'll open for comments. And Commissioner Marapan.
Thank you. Just want to point out that there is a typo, which is a big typo. The funds you requested is 10,000, but the breakup talks about only 1,000.
Oh, maybe that, it's 10,000. So sorry about that.
1 0 is missing, but it's a big zero. So I just want to call it out because when it goes on the record purpose, it's not. So I want to call that out. And also the second one is you talk in the application, it says 350 Cupertino residents got benefited. That's all the applicants? I mean, the people will come there or is it for the whole year only 350?
No, those are the ones who participate in the program.
Okay.
We serve way more, but those who come and get the benefits are those.
So 350 from Cupertino.
Yes.
All right. Out of overall, how many you said?
Last year, we served nearly 1,500.
Out of
individuals, yeah. So out of that, Cupertino 350 participated. So we are keeping the same budget. And thank you for pointing it out that there was a typo. No,
Yeah, because it's a record and I just want to make sure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. That's
all right. There is no more question. We thank you so much for you.
If I could, I mean, this typo has happened for others also. If you could look at a different system of doing the application, PDF gets very hard to submit and then we can't review it because it doesn't save properly. So if there is a way
this, I do city funds from other portal, they use the city data services. So I recommend that's easier to edit, but I do take my, you have to check, but the portal is hard. But PDF gets
Okay.
really hard to correct.
Feedback is taken by the chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, appreciate it.
Thanks, Roger.
Right, at this time, I'll close the new business. Oh, sorry.
So that concludes the organization presentations. I'm gonna move forward. Just really briefly discuss about eligibility evaluation
Oh, yeah,
process
thank you.
for the next meeting. So upon staff evaluation, we concluded that 15 applications met eligibility requirements, which is reflected in attachment B, the application summary. And then final eligibility of the applications will be determined by the commissioners during the evaluation process. And then when you are completing the evaluation form, which was included in attachment D, you should give a score of 0 to any applicants that you don't deem eligible. And then any applicants that is eligible should be evaluated accordingly to the giving criteria in the spreadsheet.
Sorry, can I clarify this one? When it says 0, it is for
You think-
not eligible.
Yeah, not eligible. You can score 0 if you think they're not eligible.
Okay.
Right.
And then
Sorry for interrupting, maybe I should.
Oh, don't worry.
And then you can review the scores during the evaluation process and discuss eligibility further as a group in the April meeting.
Commissioner Shpika.
Yeah. For.
Yeah, we're done for the presentations.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
you can send us whatever steps. Yeah, they'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was waiting for the.
Yeah, no
Oh,
problem.
thanks for staying.
Yeah, so I have a question. Can we do a partial allocation? Yeah, so we can say if someone requested 10,000, we say,
Absolutely.
yeah, 5,000. Perfect, thanks.
Okay, and then just a quick run through for preparation of the April meeting. The commission will facilitate the evaluation process, and then you will provide a funding recommendation to city council. And you should prepare your preliminary scoring for the organizations before the meeting. So during the meeting, I will share the screen and then I'll go to each commissioner and then I'll include your score on the spreadsheet and we'll total it live and then rank it live. So everyone can see it on the screen.
It sounds complicated, but
I got once, not once, 4 times.
there you go. Okay.
Sorry, when you say score, is it score?
By importance.
You will rank and evaluate out of 100 points.
There's a matrix.
Okay.
It'll say
Yeah,
score, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have it, but if I say, like, for example, I want to elder aid, I want to do 100% of what they're asking, should I go and say 100? Or,
Yes. You will have to score it, but you have to reread back your package and you will see all the information.
Yeah, okay.
Eligibility and all of that, and it's clearly explained, so.
How do I
It may sound a little bit weird. We did some requests last year to somewhat flow it better and easier, and hopefully we'll do better this year, but should you need assistance?
Okay, I will reach out to one.
Thank you.
And then
And if I can mail it. Commissioner Stanley.
Oh, thank you. Just to clarify, because you're new, you've never done that. Generally, what we do is, we go and we do all our scoring, regardless of what amount we want to give them.
Okay.
And then we add all that up and we see who comes out on top. And then we say, oh, we can only fund 2 of them at their full amounts. Oh, maybe we want to give them 50%. So that's kind of a discussion that happens with the commissioners after we do,
Okay.
how qualified are they in our list? Are they top priority or, we think less?
And I just wanted to add, once again, it's 32,500 is our cap out of all the applicants.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
The other comment I wanted to make is on eligibility. The way we've done it in the past is if one of the commissioners believes that one of the applicants is ineligible, we have that discussion first. And so that we decide as a group, oh, these are ineligible, and so we won't be scoring those at all. So it may be that you think someone's ineligible, I would still score them because we may not agree with you, and so at least you'll have a score that you think.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion of how it's worked in the past.
Yeah, so still come, prior to the meeting, come with your scoring after.
That's preliminary.
Everything on the sheet, and then seeing how each organization ranks and how all of you guys total and average it, you can still discuss, and see if you want to adjust, like this organization is higher importance than this organization, or just be, and we only have 32,500 to fund. And let's say that's only to break it up, and proportionate, so it totals to 32.5 amongst, like, if you want to award 6 or 7.
And you'll be sending us out the matrix in Excel, right?
Yes.
So that we can put the numbers in and it will add it up for you.
54,000 of requests or something, so I have to adjust.
So I have one question.
Yes, please.
So I remember maybe Stanek was there at the time when I was there earlier. So typically we used to submit it in the drive prior to it, but that's not the case. We need to bring it and then who will read it out directly, then you will.
Yeah, you
do
can read it
So
out
we're not sending it to you at all.
No, you don't.
Each commissioner will be asked to rank and we'll go on it and then we'll put it live and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, because.
But you only have to tell them your totals.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell them how you ranked on every.
Breakdown.
On every.
Yeah, so the
metric.
total
So
I need to.
This group got 90, this group got 35, this group got.
That
yeah.
based on my overall, okay,
Yeah.
that's all it is, because I know that there were two, we did have earlier that we submitted.
Yeah, that was when we were.
Earlier, okay, I changed.
We had more technology. We weren't equipped then.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
And then at the end of the rankings, you'll determine a funding recommendation to city council.
Right, make a motion and vote and pass it on.
Got it?
Yeah, I think we can print it and write it down. We don't even need the Excel.
Yeah, but it's not, I would rather have
No, I-
Excel add it up.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's way easier.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're putting, you
Okay.
you have 150
Yeah,
numbers in there.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense.
All right. So can,
Still call for public comment.
yes, well, correct. We'll have to call for public comment at this time. Is there any speaker or speaker cards? Or anyone online? Perfect. So we'll go ahead and close.
And then you can call for any comments, right? Questions.
I would. Any final comments or question? And I know it's a new process for some, but we're gonna go through this together. So
Yeah, yeah,
it'll be fun.
very interesting and exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, that for sure.
Back to community narrative.
All right, and therefore at this time, may I new business section, and we're gonna go with staff and commission report.
I have a report. For you. A second for just getting it set. Hand these over to you. Okay, here we go. Liaisons update. Our first item, this coming Saturday, we have Big Benny 5K Kids Run. The race starts at 8:30 and the Kids Run starts at 9:30. The race starts from Civic Center Plaza. You can still register at regforrec.org. I know some of you will be there helping with the race this Saturday, and we're excited to see you there. My daughter has just registered today. She'll be there. And we'll have 2 team commissioners who will be emceeing the event again this year. It was something we tried for the first time last year.
Who's
And
MC?
they had an overwhelming response. We have 2 team commissioners that will be doing the MC.
Oh, I see.
So something that we're continuing 1 more year. Next up, we have the Teen Resource Fair the very next weekend. And this will be on March 15th from noon to 3 at Main Street. And you may remember from our past staff updates, but this event is a combination of our past summer jobs fair and the mental health resources event that we've done in the past. We partnered with the Interdistrict Council of Fremont High School District, and that team-led IDC runs the mental health portion of the event. And then our staff runs the summer jobs and volunteer opportunities portion of it. It's been a great partnership, and we're on year 2 of that format for that event. And next, we have our Spring Swing Scramble.
And that will be on the very next weekend, March 22nd, from 9 to noon at Blackberry Farm Golf Course. Still registered at rec.org. For those of you who aren't golfers like me and looked up what does that mean, that it's a scramble, it's where you golf as a group and you take the best shot of each player to get to the end of the hole. So it's a great group activity. Okay, continuing on our busy month, we also have our first annual spring pooch plunge. And this will be on Saturday, March 29th from 9 to 12:45 at Blackberry Farm Pool. Owners can register for 45-minute blocks, and again, registrations at reg4rec.org. And then we go straight into April with Earth and Arbor Day Festival. That's on Saturday, April 5th from 11 to 3 at the Library Field. And this will be the first year, just of note, the first year that the Parks and Recreation Department will actually be coordinating this event.
Wow.
Exciting for us. And last but not least, we have the Parks and Recreation Spring 2025 recreation schedule. And that's out, and our activities will begin April 1st. And the schedule can also be viewed online at cupertino.gov/recreation. And then a reminder that our city offices and facilities will be closed on Monday, March 31st in observance of Caesar Shawn's birthday, but normal operating hours for Blackberry Farm Golf Course and Sports Center.
Perfect.
That concludes my update.
Perfect, thank you. I'm now inviting the commissioners to provide any reports in pertaining to any commission jurisdiction. Go ahead, Commissioner Stein.
I have some photos from last Sunday when I was at Linda Vista Park. There were a group of people, they come there every Sunday and they have their remote controlled trucks that they have climbing up the little rocks in the lower part of Linda Vista Park, and that's why we have pictures. They actually had almost like they had a tournament going on. And so they had a bunch of tents up and all these people were there. And so these are some of their trucks and that they have. So this one, they have these where they have a remote truck towing their trucks that they're going to compete with. And it's just like, got 5 and 4 in the tow. And
I'm glad you captured all of them. Nice one.
Yeah. So here they are. So they're working these little remote controlled parts up these rocks that are almost 180 degrees going straight up. It's really quite remarkable. There's a couple of. So here's another one where he's got the tow truck remote. They really have a very good time with it. Did any of those videos come through?
Yes, I have to open them each individually.
Okay, so there were a couple, they're like 11-second videos. I know we've gone a long time, but.
What do you call the real sports name of it? There is a San Jose, near Calabasas, they have a similar one.
So here you can see one of the tow trucks bringing the rest of the cars to the event along the parkway there.
I love it.
And so they're bringing them up, so they don't even have to carry them in. And then I've got one where they're climbing the rocks. And, I asked him, how often do you have these tournaments? And he said, you can go to these things like every weekend if you want to, like all around the Bay Area. And some of them are so into it. So here you can see them.
Wow.
I look, and it's like on three wheels by there. And they just work them till they go up until, and then they try again. And I mean,
Wow.
It's just,
it's like
community.
Even looking at it is a fun.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's community in our park. This was in Linda Vista Park. I think every Sunday morning you can find some of these guys out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What time?
In the morning, I was probably up between 9 and 10.
Okay.
But they're all between 9 and noon.
Okay.
So here's and so this one you can see that the one on the top is actually going to get over the hump on this little video here. Um,
The red guy is struggling.
and the other guys,
Thinking
not gonna quite make it.
battery.
Oh, we
But,
did it.
yeah,
He's
they just keep working them and working them, and,
I would go faster for sure. I would not be that patient.
To trip over?
Speed would.
Oh,
anyway, I just wanted,
Good, thank you.
it's something very different that's going on in our park.
That's nice.
And we're having a good time,
Any
and
other commissioners report? Perfect. At this time, would like to pass the item back for staff update. If there are any, oh, that was the presentation earlier. Perfect. All right. Future agenda settings.
I was just gonna suggest a process. We've, in the past, we've just kind of opened it up for a future agenda setting. And, I was gonna suggest that we, open it up and before an item is, called for a motion to second the item, that we just quickly list all the future agenda items and then have me have a chance to go through and let you know which things might be operational, which things we might be able to handle with just the informational email to you first, and then also to let you know if we have a planned presentation coming up that we could take that item rather than putting it as an agenda. We could give a focused approach to our staff member that's gonna come and present and let them know that you're interested in having that information. So I'm suggesting that as a process, and then I'll hand it back to you to.
And I just had something, how can we address on future agenda settings, same as our commissioners and R mentioned about gate flood, people, gate not working and trying to keep a little bit, protecting our cost, security and safety and all of that. I would not want to put it as a future item because it would want something that we want to tackle ASAP. So how do we go from there?
So truly, that's an operational item that staff is aware of, and so.
Okay.
We can take that comment and we always follow up on public comment.
Perfect.
And so,
If that is.
that's the best
that
way
is
to answer
perfect.
it, is just to say, we're looking into that.
Perfect. Thank you. And Commissioner.
I'll make one comment. Future, especially for the next month one, I think we will be swamped with all these valuation and a lot of them, right? My request would be keep it very minimal because we will be 95% focus on this funding evaluation. So I know being there until 11, 12. So we want to make sure that that's what it is. That's
my
my
first
opinion.
meeting.
If you want to be until midnight, we are okay.
I can add that some of those that we might, when we do requests, we might know we have a report coming, but that's not coming the next meeting, that's coming in, say, September. And so we'll just, knowing that we're gonna handle that.
Perfect. And so if there's nothing else at this point, I will adjourn the meeting at 9:29 PM, March 6th for Parks and Recreation.
Well, if you wanted to call for a new teacher, that's a process, but.
Right.
So now I would open it up to call for if anybody.
Oh.
has suggested.
I don't, not at this time.
No.
No, it's fine. And therefore, 9:29 PM, March 6th, Parks and Recreation is adjourned.
Awesome.